Ever since Donald Trump became president the first time, this notion of distraction has been part of how we've been told to understand Donald Trump. We've heard people say, particularly in the beginning, we shouldn't talk about Russia. It's a distraction. Well, we should have kept talking about Russia. We've heard this along the way. Whenever Trump says, does, tweets, or truths something truly erratic, people say, don't talk about that. It's a distraction. We're beginning to hear this with Jeffrey Epstein now. Don't talk about Jeffrey Epstein. It's a distraction. It's a little more complicated than that. The truth is that these so-called distractions are important in some cases because they get at the absolute core of who Trump is politically, for example, the Russia issue, and in other cases because they're ways to mobilize support against Donald Trump. So while they're not distractions, we also should keep in mind that all of the terrible things that Trump has done and is doing continue even if we talk about Jeffrey Epstein. So it's not a matter of we should talk about Jeffrey Epstein instead of the impact of his terrible legislation, or that we shouldn't talk about Jeffrey Epstein because then we're not talking about ICE, but that we need to talk about both Jeffrey Epstein and ICE and the big beautiful bill and what Robert F. Kennedy is doing to destroy our health system. We need to talk about all these things at the same time because together they fill out the comprehensive picture of who Donald Trump is, what his regime represents, and maybe, just maybe, how we can defeat it.